from the media, friends from the media, my colleagues, our partners, more so the consumers, our licensees, the operators, that is the mobile network operators, ISPs, online media practitioners, ladies and gentlemen. On the recommendation, strong recommendation by the Interagency Security Committee, the Uganda Communications Commission has directed all licensed mobile network operators and internet service providers to implement a temporary suspension of the following services. A, public internet access. B, sale of and registration of new SIM cards. C, outbound data roaming services to one network area countries. In respect of the principle of legitimate aim, the Internet restriction directed is in line with the legitimate purpose, that is protecting national security, public safety, and public order. This suspension I'm talking about was effective some few minutes back. That is 13th January 2026 at 18 hours, and remain in force until a restoration notice is issued by the regulator. Public internet traffic which has been blocked includes social media platforms, web browsing, video streaming, personal email services, and messaging applications, among others. To safeguard public safety, however, critical national functions and the operational integrity of communication infrastructure, UCC has defined an exclusion list, of course, together with the Joint Agency Security Committee. We have defined an exclusion list which permits continued access to essential services and systems required for network monitoring and management, and is strictly for non-mobile internet services. The following categories of systems have been excluded from the public internet suspension and are strictly applicable to non-mobile services. Essential public services and critical infrastructure that have been whitelisted include the following: healthcare systems and national referral hospitals. Financial services essential for public welfare, including core banking networks, interbank funds transfer and clearing system, ATM networks, URA tax payment systems, government department to department payment gateways, government international payment systems, gateways, etc. More details on these, that is mobile money and financial services, will be provided by the Governor, Central Bank, who is the regulator of financial services. 3, critical government administrative services, including immigration, electoral commission secure portals, voter verification system, result tabulation networks, and more of these will be given by the government. 4, utilities management, including power grid and payment system, water supply control and payment, fuel distribution logistics. 5, transportation and aviation control systems, including air traffic control, railway signaling, and other related systems. SIM swaps and SIM upgrade systems within existing regulations. Uganda Communication Commission will continue to be guided on restoration of services by the Interagency Security Committee. Thank you very much.
Condemnation of internet shutdown dated today, 14th January 2025. Uganda Law Society condemns the government's decision to shut down internet just a few days to the 2026 general elections. It is not the first time this mode of operation has been adopted. The internet shutdown has taken effect in the past electoral cycles, that was in 2016, 2021, and now 2026, and this is a very deeply concerning trend. The Uganda Communications Commission did not rely on any provision of the law to pass an order for internet shutdown. Section 87 of the UCC Act, Cap 03, empowers the Commission to suspend communication services upon declaration of a state of emergency as provided under Article 110 of the 1995 Constitution. No state of emergency has been declared in Uganda. Therefore, the order by UCC is illegal, null, and void. It is unconstitutional. This action of internet shutdown is disrupting and stifling the operation of key sectors that require internet connection. Several sectors are affected, and these include the health, education, business, transport, and logistics, among others. Several businesses which operate online will suffer losses and irreparable damage with no redress or compensation. The Uganda Law Society unequivocally rejects this mode of operation during electoral cycles. The electoral campaigns alone, which commenced in August 2025, showed deeply troubling and consistent patterns of violations by security operatives, with numerous reports of beatings, tear gas, arbitrary arrests and detention of innocent citizens, attacks on journalists, and several other atrocities. The government's act to shut down internet towards the election date is a clear indicator of infringement of citizens' rights to access to information as provided for under Article 41 of the Constitution, especially in such a fragile time of human rights violations arrested without the public's knowledge. The Uganda Law Society has a statutory mandate under Section 3D and 3E of the Uganda Law Society Act, Cap 305, to assist the public and advise the government on all matters touching, incidental, and ancillary to the law. In execution of this mandate, ULS assures the public that we are ready to hold the state accountable for this illegality through public interest litigation to ensure that the affected members of the public get redress. We reaffirm our constitutional and statutory duty to stand with the people of Uganda in defense of democracy, human rights, and the rule of law, and we shall not be silent in the face of human rights violations. That's our official statement. This is not the first time the government is shutting down internet. You note that in this era, internet is almost a very important aspect of the daily work we do. There are people who do business online. Right now, you don't know how many people will go without food because they cannot work. Internet has been shut down. We have people who order everything they do online. We have people in schools, they study online, both schools abroad and here. Right now, they're in the dark. They cannot conduct their, they cannot have their classes. We have so many other services here because literally the world is going digital. And the government gets up and shuts down internet, disabling everyone's, ability to operate. I mean, the communication sector, there are some people who are sick, some people need to send money. You cannot right now send and receive money. It's very difficult. It's very troubling. And like I've said, the UCC is only allowed to do this in the state of emergency. There must have been a declaration of a state of emergency, which has not been done. So there's no justification whatsoever as to why government would shut down such a very important service, which is necessary for the daily, running the daily operations of every citizen. And as such, we say this is so wrong. We condemn it. And the unfortunate thing is that so many people are going to lose business. Some people might even lose the dear ones because, others need medicine, others need to be rushed to hospital. And this break in communication will make it very impossible. And unfortunately, we are not seeing measures. There have been no means of compensating these people who suffer this loss. So for that reason, as Uganda society, we are coming out clearly to condemn this. It is, it is troubling, it is improper, it is unconstitutional, and we call upon the government to stop doing such things because at the end of the day, this doesn't leave anyone. It doesn't matter which party one supports or one falls. It affects all of us as a citizenry, and it is an abuse of the constitutional. This action will result into several people will suffer loss. And the question is, who is going to compensate them? There are people who lose business. There are people who lose a lot of money. Even now as I talk, I cannot upload the document onto the court system. Even at court, we use ICMIS. It's online, but I cannot, file anything in court. And some of the things have timelines. So what we are saying is it's our mandate to assist the public in all matters touching the law. And we are here to offer legal services to all the affected persons. People will be affected by this action of internet shutdown. We are ready to seek redress for them in courts of law. And to answer your question clearly, we are available. We call upon any member of the public who will be affected by this action to reach out to us for redress. As Uganda society, in our current leadership, the Radical New Bar Governing Council, we are saying that if we keep seeing things happen and we keep silent or we do nothing, it is the public that loses because as members of the party, it's our duty, it is our mandate. So I may not talk about what has happened before, but as the current leadership, the Governing Council, the Radical New Bar Governing Council, we are saying these are the steps we shall take. We shall take on government, even representing people who will suffer loss as a result of this action. And that is what I can say. Because we feel these people should be compensated, people who suffer loss need to get compensation. And again, the public interest litigation is for the benefit of every member of public because we need to have this clearly ironed out by court. We need court to pronounce itself on this. Now, when you talk about what the director, the ED said, as far as security is concerned, if you look at that statement or the communication that was made, they did not cite any law. And like I stated earlier, Section 87 of the UCC Act is clear. The UCC has the right to shut down internet. But the circumstances are very clear stated there. It's only communications can only be suspended upon declaration of a state of emergency. And now the state of emergency is also another procedure because we are seeing a tendency of hiding behind security measure to abuse other people's rights. There are so many other things that should be considered because if you're saying it's security, why is this the timing? Because look at all these. I'm saying that security measure has come up now when we are entering into an election. So the timing is really suspicious. And again, that has to be explained, but there's only one circumstance that is put in the act, in the law, which the UCC has not clearly come out to elaborate on. And that is what is wrong. But as far as litigation is concerned, again, I'll add, again, state what we've been saying, that the judiciary needs to be responsive. Some of these cases are filed. They are never had, they sit in court. They are never resolved. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. That is why you see the institutions and the government specifically, they take advantage of these gaps and they keep doing the same thing. If it happened in 2021, in 2016, nothing was done. 2021, we've not had any reform. We have laws that should be followed. That is why we're saying that as the Radical New Bar, we shall not sit back and watch when all the things are happening. We don't expect to see this happen again. And if it means pushing for law reform, pushing for other legislation to ensure that the rights of people are protected further, we shall do that. But for now, we shall use the line of litigation to make sure that we will get redress.